And it's getting Kraetzer for CaMMVetsMedia. Mikey Stadium, the Black Knights win their first game of the 2023 season, a 57-0 win over Delaware State. A game Army wanted to come out and show that its offense could be effective, and they did. Bryson Daly threw for 3 touchdown passes today, ran for a couple of touchdowns, ran for 65 yards, but really passing 8 out of 11, 193 yards and 3 touchdowns. 2 of those went to Isaiah Alston on plays that in the second quarter, within 16 seconds of each other. 70-yard pass, Bryson Daly throw to Isaiah Alston, and that was after a 59-yard pass, actually the end of the first quarter, 59 yards to Isaiah Alston down the far sideline right in front of the Corps Cadets. And then after Army got a fumble recovery from Jack Latour, a hit on the quarterback, a sack, and then a fumble recovery, Army was able to score again. A 16-yard pass from Bryson Daly to Tyson Riley, and so 3 touchdown passes on the day for Bryson Daly. For Jacoby Buchanan also had a 1-yard touchdown run. Daly ran for 13 yards in the first quarter. Isaiah Alston, 59-yard touchdown pass also in the first quarter. So Army went out to a 15-0 lead. They actually did a 2-yard run for a PAT with Hayden Reed getting the score, so it was 8-0. Isaiah Alston, 59 yards down the far right sideline. A pass beautifully thrown by Daly. And then a 4-yard run by Bryson Daly to make the score 22-0. And then, as we said, just 16 seconds after the 70-yard pass to Isaiah Alston, Army converts after a fumble recovery on a 16-yard pass to Tyson Riley. And then in the third quarter later, Jacoby Buchanan, 1-yard run. And Larry Robinson came in at quarterback. Army was able to use several of the young quarterbacks today. Champ Harris and Larry Robinson played. Coach Munkin said he wasn't able to get Dwayne Coleman into the game, the sophomore, just by circumstance. But it was a chance for Champ Harris and Larry Robinson to get on the field, show what they could do, and see what the speed is of a Division I game. And then score Kanye Udo, 5-yard rush at the end to tap off scoring 7:36 to make it a 57-0 win over a football championship subdivision opponent. So Army had 525 yards on the game of offense, gave up 219, and of that, rushing 287 yards, and passing was 11 of 15 for 238 yards. And that's not as much passing as we might have thought, given the new offense. Certainly in a game like this where Army could pretty much do what it wanted on offense. But it was good to see goal had been to get the ball on the perimeter, get the ball out to Isaiah Alston and to Noah Short. Got a couple of pass receptions today. Alston had 4 for 135 yards. Tyson Riley caught 2 for 38. Casey Reynolds had 2 for 20. Zach Mundell 2 for 13. And rushing, Bryson Daly 65 yards, average 7.2, which is a big difference, a big gain for him. And Larry Robinson 4 for 63, 15.8. He's looking like a sharp, young, poised quarterback. Ajon Marshall had a tough day. Ajon 2 for 44. Made 2 big plays, but then he fumbled in the second half, and after the fumble last week, he really looked devastated. And then Coach Munkins, talked to him about the impact of fumbles on a football team. One single fumble can lose the game. So Coach Monken talked at some length about that, how they work on ball security in every practice, and that the impact of a fumble on the team. And Army's been pretty good about managing the ball and reducing turnovers in its good seasons. So we will see how he progresses. But a fine young man. I've always enjoyed talking to John Marshall. Looking at tackles on defense, Leo Lowen led with 9. Spencer Jones, good to see him back on the inside linebacker position along with Leo, had 6. Cameron Jones had 5. Kyle Lewis at the nose tackle had 4. But there was a lot of pressure. We talked to Coach Monken about it. Trey Sophia had a big game. In the first series, he got a sack, and then he got his hand on a field goal attempt. Jackson Powell had a sack in the first half. And then the big play, Jack Latorre, the second team, a defensive lineman, he had a sack and caused a fumble, recovered the ball, which led to Army scoring on the next play, a 16-yard pass to Tyson Riley. Then later, Kyle Lewis had a sack and a fumble. And so a lot of positives on defense, a lot of positives on offense. Jacoby Buchanan had a 1-yard touchdown run to make it 42-0. And that was the 25th of Jacoby's illustrious career. He's 2 touchdowns from setting the record at Army, held by some very distinguished players. Eric Ford had a big stop on defense, and good to see Kanye Udo make a play. You see games like this, chance for the younger players show what they can do, but it really is a big confidence builder for the Army offense after last week not scoring an offensive touchdown at Louisiana Monroe. And a clean game for the defense, you might say. Obviously getting a shutout. And it'll be interesting to hear what Coach Nate Woody's comments are this week. But they got a big challenge going back down to Texas to play at the Alamo Dome next Friday night. It's going to be an ESPN game, nationally televised. It's going to be a big audience. Great chance for Army to show what it can do against a very good opponent in Texas, San Antonio. A lot of Army people in Texas. I hope they'll all come out to game on Friday night and cheer on Army, and so it should be a good one. But certainly a game, given the schedule coming up with games at Syracuse, home to Boston College, Troy, and then LSU. Army needs to find a way to win some of these, sneak a few wins, and come out on the positive end of these games. It's going to be a tough challenge. So we will look forward to that. And so wrapping up, again, Army a 57-0 win over Delaware State. They go to 1-1 and will travel next week to play a very important game on their schedule at Texas San Antonio. So thanks for watching. Thank our sponsors, the New York Yankees. We appreciate their support, and we'll be focusing in on their last homestand. They play on Sunday, and then they have one more homestand this year. We appreciate their support. So for CaMMVetsMedia, we cover cadets, midshipmen, the military, and veterans proudly since 2008. This is Ken Kraetzer from Leakey Stadium. Have a good evening.